There we go. All right. So, um, thank you guys for hopping on. I'm super, super excited about the Bahamas. If you guys haven't been thinking about it, it's time to get excited because every month we get more volume with just our ADO and just our Edge subscription. So every month our volume keeps going up, and every time I look at it, I'm like, yes! So it's super exciting. I want to kind of share with you guys really quick before we start um, the background on this hat, which my husband looked at me and was like, you're really wearing that? I'm all dressed up down here. But it's really funny, and you guys have to be excited about the Bahamas. I keep saying the people that are going to go to the Bahamas are the people that are running for the Bahamas. There are some people that heard 15,000 in volume on day one, and they're like, that's it, I quit, I'll never get that. Well, guess what? They're never going to get it. But you guys, I got to give you a pat on the back because you guys are still here. You guys are still running, and I just want to make sure that you guys are excited. So this hat, my husband bought. So 2015 was our first trip, Miriam trip, and it was on a cruise, and we stopped at the Bahamas. And my husband bought this hat. So we loved it because it says, I love Bahamas, and not, I love the Bahamas. And to us, it was really funny. So he wore this hat literally everywhere we went on that cruise. And by the end of the cruise, everybody that saw us would yell from wherever they were, and they'd, I love Bahamas! So I just want to tell you guys that we went on that trip before. I think Colleen and Sam were the only people that we knew on that trip before we went, and we had the best time ever. So a lot of you guys have been on a Miriam trip. Some of you haven't, and you're like, that's it, this is it, I'm not missing this one. I just want you guys to know how awesome they are. Every time we go now, we have to buy one of these totally queer hats, but we love them, and it's a good memento of our trip. So I love Bahamas. It's so funny because people still yell it to us when they see us. So congratulations, everybody, for taking the time out and hopping on. I know it's not easy, especially when you're trying to get your kids in the shower, to get their backpacks packed, and they have 50 different outfits to try on. So you're here, so you guys are already got one foot in the door. So super proud of you guys all for still running. I hope you guys are proud of yourselves, too, even for getting on the Zoom. I know it's not easy, especially tonight. So we are 8 weeks in to the qualification period. Somebody's unmuted. I will mute. I'm in. So with that being said, I want you guys to realize how much time we actually have left. We had 25 weeks total, which is great, but you're probably going to want to take some time out of there for Christmas and some time out of there for Thanksgiving because you might not be running full force at that time. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely went a little off the rails in August, and I was super excited for September to come and super excited for school to start because I needed some structure and I really needed to get back on track. So this is like the perfect time, and it is not just in Miriam world. It is everybody is getting back on track. So if you're reaching out to people about Miriam, this is a really good time because they're starting to get some structure back in their lives. In summer, everybody's like chaos, and they've got vacations planned, and they don't have time to come to your party, and they don't have time to start a business. So this is a really good time for you guys to be reaching out to people, but it's also a really good time for you guys to be focusing on your business. So if you took your foot off the gas, that is okay, because I want you guys to know that we still have 17 weeks left, which is almost 70% of the time, the qualification period. So you guys have plenty of time. You guys have all seen it a million times over at the end of the month, like how much stuff happens on the last day or two. So 70% of time is a crazy amount of time that we have left. So make sure, so just so you guys know, we have a guideline. We've kind of had it in the beginning. It's for you guys. I'm going to make sure. Okay. don't let this number scare you if you're not where you're supposed to be, because like I said, we have so much time left. So right now, just as a guideline, you should be at or around 3,800 in volume. If you are, that's great. Congratulations. If you are not, that is totally fine too, because we have so much time left. So don't let that number scare you. But honestly, if you don't know what you're going for, then you're never going to get that. That's why we have kind of a guideline for you. It's not to scare you off. It's just to kind of give you some direction. And honestly, like I said, if you don't know what you're aiming for, then you're never going to get it. So 3,800 is a number to be looking at kind of this week. And really what we have going on for us in September, oh, she said my sound is correctly. Maybe it's my fan. Can you guys, actually, Christina, I can see you. Is that any better? Maybe. Is this? Any better now? I can join on my phone.
Hey, Karen?
Yes.
I can see you perfect.
Can
and
you
I can hear you perfectly. Yeah, you're good.
You know, that's why I like you. Thank you. So hopefully most of you guys can. You might have to watch the replay, Christina, and we're going to talk about you if you hang up. Kidding. All right, so I will get back on track. So anyways, what we have going for us in September, A, is everybody's getting back on track, and it's a really good time to be reaching out to people and refocusing your business, but also sleep chews. Hello. Those are like the most amazing products. Actually, my kids are taking them tonight because they're so anxious that they can't sleep. But also, so sleep chews are available to everybody, and you can purchase them separately. So that is a huge, huge driving factor for us right now to be focusing on. I got tons of samples out in August, so this is a perfect time for all of those orders to come in. And also, Age IQ. You guys have heard me talk about it before. If you haven't tried it, used it, had a party for Age IQ, then you're definitely missing the boat. It's awesome. It's literally awesome. But anyways, people want to try the newest and latest thing, and definitely our European formula is a great way to get it out to people. So I want you guys, the best way to do that, honestly, is to have a party. So I kind of just want to share with you guys what we have coming up next week. I love that Patrick planned this for next week, because this week, like I said, everybody's, packing lunches and labeling their kids' pencils and all of that stuff. So next week, you guys may have seen it posted in Team Next Level. There's not an actual flyer yet. It was honestly just like a post. We are going to be doing closing your RRPs. So what that means for you, I want you guys to look at your calendar. It's next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, September 11th, 12th, and 13th. It's 6:45 in all time zones. So when I first saw that, I was like, I don't have a party at 6:45. If you are on the East Coast, that means that you can party at 6:45, 7:45, or 8:45. So all you need to do is pick a day and pick a time. You have 9 to choose from and plan a party. And I hate even saying book a party, because I really, really want you guys just to keep it simple. I don't want you guys to be overwhelmed. I don't want you to be like, oh my gosh, I have to have a party. I have to go shopping. I have to clean the house, blah, 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 blah. No. Your kids are back to school. You should be celebrating. I literally have a party planned for tomorrow, which I planned last week because I knew tomorrow was the first day of school. I have to say it so my kids don't hear it. But I am going to do one next week as well. But you guys, don't even call it a party. Like, just tell your girlfriends, like, we need to celebrate. The kids are back to school. Come over. We're going to have some wine, and we'll use some hydrogel patches. They're going to want to use them. So I definitely want you guys just to keep it simple and be excited and use these experts calling into your parties as an excuse. So it's super easy to do. You guys literally need to pick a day, pick a time, grab a bottle of wine, call your friends, call your kids, classmates, parents, and just have them over just to celebrate. I mean, kids going back to school. My daughter asked me today or yesterday if I was going to be sad that I was going to be home alone, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be so sad as I'm drinking my mimosa all by myself, honey. And she's like, you're terrible. But anyways, kids going back to school is a perfect time to celebrate. So pick a day, keep it simple, call through, don't even call it a party, grab a bottle of wine, grab some crackers, have your girlfriends over, have your classmates over, put the products out. I mean, you don't have to do anything. Literally have a couple of the products out, slap some hydrogels on their eyes, have before and after pictures on the counter. So you don't have to give a presentation. You don't have to show a video. Just have them over. So if let's just say you're going to do it at 6:45, tell them to get there at 6 o'clock. You're going to have some snacks. You're going to pour some wine. You're going to have the pictures out. People are going to ask questions. If you have your own before and after pictures, obviously that's the best. But if you just print up some pictures or have them laminated on your counter with the product that gave you those results, people are going to ask. So super, super simple. I want you guys just to let the expert do the work. Print off some brand partner applications. Just have those out so you can pass out to people. And then, like I said, Patrick will post a flyer so you'll see exactly who's going to be zooming in so you can introduce them. And just say, hey guys, I just want you to hear my friend Kristen. She's going to be sharing her story with you. So it'll probably be about 15 minutes. And that's it. So that is the number one thing you guys can do to get your trip volume boosted. Obviously, you need customers and you need brand partners, and the best way to do that is partying. So I really, really want to see, and like I said, we're going to have Aaron talk, and then after that, Kristen's going to be talking about things that we should be doing in September. But having a party is definitely a number one thing that you can be doing. So we want to see them post it. We want to see pictures. Honestly, guys, if you're like me, you have a million excuses as to why you can't have a party or why 6:45 is not going to work for you. The best thing you can do is just sit down and start writing. The hardest part about having a party is making a list. And you probably are like, I'll just get to it later. I'll just get to it later. Just book it, put it in your planner, and start making a list. And the rest of the stuff will fall into place. And even if it's just one or two people that come over, that's still one or two people that weren't exposed before. And next time, there's going to be double that. So literally, like, take my advice. If you do nothing else, just sit down and start writing. And the rest will fall into place. So just start making your list. I talked, oh my gosh, long enough. I am going to introduce Erin Taylor. So if you guys are from Syracuse, you guys have seen Erin, you've met Erin, you've seen her at every event. Sometimes she has her kids, and sometimes she is kid-free, which we get to celebrate. She is amazing. So she has just earned her Lexus, well, a couple months ago. But honestly, I told her from day one, you can tell, like, when people, it was never a matter of if Erin was going to earn her Lexus. It was always a matter of when. And I think she said she was in 3 years before she earned her Lexus, and, like, never lost sight of that. She is awesome, 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 you guys. So we're going to want to take her words of wisdom. You guys, no doubt about it, Erin Taylor is going to be NMD. I mean, she is going all the way with us. So, Erin, are you on? You can unmute yourself. Well, let's see if she's on. How about that?
Sorry, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. I never use the computer, but it's so annoying when I'm, on my phone and going to speak. So, thank you so much for that, Karen. That was amazing.
Well, you know I love you.
I really appreciate your belief in me. And I do believe that too. So I think that is everything for me. I began last month with, since I signed up 1,000,000 brand partners and all, just kidding. Four. I signed up four. But I did begin the month with the post that Sam had said, set your goals. And I made my goals, sign up 3 brand partners and 4 new customers. And I just really kept that in my head. And I hope I'm not echoing. I'm sorry. I hear myself echoing.
You're not echoing here.
And it's annoying. Okay, great.
Marilyn, I'm
yeah.
sorry. If you mute your line, there may not be any feedback because I hear it too, Erin.
Okay. It's like that. Sometimes the phone messes up. Okay. Oh, that's so much better. Thank you. So yeah, I just set my goal and I kept saying it to myself every day. I'm going to get 3 brand partners and I'm going to get 4 new customers. And I did end up signing up 4 new brand partners and 4 new customers, which was awesome. It always feels so good to achieve your goals. And what I really did and what I stayed focused on during that time was I just constantly was inviting and following up. And a couple people really surprised me by asking more about it. They had been watching me and I didn't realize they were watching me. One of my friends from high school reached out. She was going to be in town for her brother's wedding and she was kind of interested in the business. So she said, hey, could we like get together or something? And I said, absolutely. So come on over. Haven't seen her in 15 years and we had to sit down and I just gave her a magazine. I gave her some of the samples of the stuff I had and I was really just excited and I just shared a little bit with her about my experience so far and she loved the products. I gave her a bottle of night cream I happen to have and she was starting to see results within the time just being home for her brother's wedding, which was awesome. And I think that the products kind of gave her that push to join. And she was my first one for August. So I didn't feel like I really had to work too hard for that one. I didn't know she was following me and watching me, but she really was. So I think just staying consistent with the posting and all of that. I mean, I had reached out to her and messaged her to take a further look probably when I first signed up, so almost 3 years ago. And she really wasn't, I mean, it was kind of like a no thank you. So it's just kind of another one of those things. A no is not right now. She has 2 little kids and her life has kind of changed. So it was more her time. The second one, another surprise, I was filling in at the dental office and she was watching me. And I really didn't know that she was watching me again. She just said, she was asking me, I was eating lunch and I didn't want to talk about Miriam the entire time during the lunch hour as there's 3 other people sitting in the room. But once she brought it up, I was like, of course, couldn't stop talking about it. And I was excited and I always get excited. Anytime anybody brings up Miriam, I just light right up and I feel like that excitement just spreads to people. So I feel like that's been everything for me. I've just always stayed excited and people feel that, especially 3 years in. If you still have that, that's like a good sign. So she ended up coming over, sitting down because she just said she was kind of thinking about it. And I sent her a message and I was just like, hey, why don't you just come over and we could chat more about it and I can answer your questions or whatnot. And I was going to do a 3-way call, but I mean, she really didn't stay for long. I gave her a couple samples and a magazine and off she went. And she ended up signing up that night. So again, I feel like her mind was already made up on that. And then my third one, Alyssa, I had actually been constantly following up with her. She was a customer, probably 2 years ago. And I had always asked her about the business. I knew she'd be great at it. She does hair. She's got 3 kids. She is a teacher's assistant, and she also waitresses or bartends, and she's just doing a number of things, you know, and I just always said, hey, you'd be so great at this. Can I share this information with you? And I would invite her on calls, and she'd been on calls, and she was always interested. It was either she just didn't reply sometimes, or would say, yes, I really want to. We just don't have the money right now, whatnot. And now she's pregnant with her 4th child. And I think that was kind of her last little push where she hopped on. So that was really exciting for me. And then my 4th was, again, another customer who loves the products. And she saw me earn my Lexus. So she was like, hey, she's like, she loves the products, and I never really talked to her too much about the business. She used to sell Pampered Chef, and I always, you know, if they've done another network marketing business, I never really want to step on their toes or their business at all. So I never really said too much, but she gave me an open door when she was like, oh my gosh, congratulations on earning your car. Maybe I should sell this stuff. And I was like, well, yeah, you absolutely should take a look at least to get the information. I'd be happy to share it with you. And that was kind of how that went. And I shared the video. I always share the video, why Neary and why now. And then I asked them what they like best. And that seems to work pretty well for me. I've also shared Jen Elston's call that we've got in the group. And then I also send this message, and I can always share it with you guys in the group, like the verbiage of how I actually say it. But this other girl who is just awesome, and I really don't know her that well. We just met the other day at the regional. She came with me to be my guest because she wanted to try the wellness chews. And mind you, another thing I do, I friend everybody on Facebook. So if we've got a bunch of mutual friends, you can bet I'm going to friend you. And I just feel like that's helped me so much to expand, you know, my audience and whatnot. And you never know when people are going to need something, and they're going to think of you when you can fit that need. So she was asking about the wellness chews. I gave her some samples, and she loved them. But then I also said, I sent her a message, and I sent her the video about the wellness chews. And then she said, thank you so much. And I said, my pleasure. It's a blessing to share these incredible products. You know, it may or may not be for you, but when you mentioned a full-time working mom, there is an amazing business opportunity attached to these patented products. Can I send you a 5-minute video to check out in case you or someone you know could benefit? It's helped me to become a stay-at-home mom and leave my dental hygienist position, and I'm so grateful. So something as simple as that, I feel like just makes the biggest difference. And I've been using that a lot lately, and it seems like most people are willing to take a look just to share the information. So, and then always saying it may or may not be for you just takes the pressure off. And she was just like, yes, of course, that's amazing. That's so awesome. And she was so excited. She was asking me a number of questions, and I was like, you know what? Are you busy Saturday morning? Because we've got Shaylin Murphy coming to Syracuse, and I would love it if you join me. And that was the first time we'd ever met. And she came, and she's going to join, and she's all excited, and it was awesome. So anyways, that was that. And then, gosh, I think really I've, ever since Sam came in June, and it was the last week in June when I really ran for my Lexus. And I was like, you know what? Instead of saying, you know, next month I'm going to get my Lexus, next month I'm going to get my Lexus. I said that for like 3 years. I was like, you know what? No, this month I'm going to get my Lexus. There's 1 week left in the month, and I'm going to get my Lexus. And I did. And I just ran, and I did it. And it was like, you know what? It kind of dawned on me that you can do anything you put your mind to. So, you just say it out loud and you really believe you can do it, and you can. But Sam had also said that our business is our best, or our opportunity is our best product. And that really resonated with me because it is. So anytime people are interested in the products, which I always would lead with the products, and I'm like, well, wait a second. Our opportunity is our best product. So I'm going to throw it out there, whether or not it's for them or it isn't. That's for them to decide. But at least I've done my part and shared with them something that has truly changed my life. And it's been the best thing ever. So I can't help but share that now. And I just, instead of feeling like I'm a burden or I don't want to, make them feel bad or something, it's like, no, I just changed my mindset, because it's not like that at all. And you know what? If Missy didn't share it with me, I would be really unhappy right now. So I'm just really grateful for that. And just to share that is a gift to them, I feel. And then whatever they do with it is their choice. But I've really been running my butt off for the Bahamas, because I went on the Puerto Vallarta trip. It was incredible. And I'm not going to miss another trip. I earned the Cancun trip, but I wasn't able to go because I chose to go to Vegas, and I got a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old and a puppy. And it just, Cancun wasn't really in the books, but at least I got it. I earned it. But the Bahamas, I'm not going to miss it. So I've just been running, and it's just constantly following up, constantly exposing, and being pleasantly persistent. I really won't give up until they tell me that they're not interested. So if they've asked me about the business, I'm going to keep inviting on calls and whatever kind of things that we have going on, promotions and whatnot. And then for people ordering, I'm always like, you know what? Our best deal is the brand partner package. Whether or not you want to do the business, that's your choice. But at least you can get the best deal ordering in bulk. And then if you happen to know 3 people that want it, then you can get yours for free, and you can earn a little bit of money at the same time. So it's kind of a win-win. I've really been running with that too, and I'm happy because the volume keeps building up, and it's exciting because I'm going on this trip. But really, I think that's about it. I mean,
well, I just want to add before Kristen hops on that when I mute everybody again, when I messaged Erin to do the call tonight, so can you just share with us how you got 4 brand partners last month? She goes, yeah, sure, I will. And just so you know, I'm signing up 3 this month. So take her advice and run with it. And Kristen, if you don't mind schooling us on how the heck we can get to the Bahamas, I would love for you to share your wisdom with us too.
Yes, yes, yes. Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Erin, you are incredible. I just took like a ton of notes. You're so inspiring. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I would love if you wouldn't mind to post that verbiage, because I thought that was excellent verbiage. So thank you so much. You are... I inspired to be you. I'm going to sign up 3 PPs this month. So I get the privilege to share with you guys this month's activity. So last month we did the bingo, and Jill McAndrew actually came up with our activity this month, and she's insanely talented. I don't know how she comes up with these graphics, but I'm actually going to share it with you. So just give me 1 second. So that you guys can see as I go through this. Look at all these photos I have. It's ridiculous. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay. And there we go. Okay. So hope everybody can see this, but this is going to be our month's Breeze into the Bahamas. So you are going to color your way to the Bahamas. I absolutely love this. So I'm just going to go through each one, and I'm going to go fairly quickly. Some of this is self-explanatory, but I also want to be mindful of your time. So the first one would be attend a regional, live or Zoom. Obviously, we really prefer live, but if you are 3 to 4 hours away from your local regional, then certainly we understand that for some people it's extremely hard to get there. So please contact your NMD or your sponsor so that we can figure out a way to Zoom you in. We really want everybody to experience the regional. They're excellent training. It's so important to hear different people speak and really give suggestions and go through how they run their business. I have to tell you, at every single regional, I take pages of notes and I get a lot of tips and different suggestions. So that would be your first one, or one of the ones, and you are going to color the sun, sand, and water once you do that. The next one would be have an RRP in person, and this is perfect, especially what Caroline started with our Zoom blitzes. So next week you're going to have 3 days of that, so there's no excuse not to have one. RRPs are such a great way for people to try the products, to really gain interest. I think you all know at this point why they're so important. So if you have an RRP, and everybody should, especially if you're running for the Bahamas, then you need to color in the table and the drink. And then we have send 5 samples. So obviously we know with our sample packs, it's so much easier to do that. It's incredible. I made a goal last month to send 30 samples. I sent 31 out. This month is also to send 30 samples. So we can certainly send 5 samples. It's definitely doable. And when you do that, make sure to color each palm and the trunk one by one. The next one is earn the 9 PC promo bonus. So this is something that I think everybody should be going for. It's really fun, a great way to make an extra $100 on top of your commissions. Again, just a reminder, for this promo, it has to be 9 PCs. They don't have to be brand new. It can be ADO, so repeat customers or new customers. It has to be 55 qualifying volume, and your PQV has to be over 800. So that's important to note about that. So once you earn that bonus, then you are going to color in the surfboard and the sailboat. And then something that kind of really goes along with that is our signed 6 new PCs or a BP. So I think that really goes along with earning that promo, that 9 PC promo. A lot of times for some of us, it's about getting new customers. So chances are, if you earn that promo, you probably signed some new customers. So as long as you sign 6 new PCs or a BP, then you will color in the beach ball sections and or the fish. So the key here is, once you do these and you color them in, you have to submit them. So you must post about each goal met in our group, whatever group you're in, and there will be a weekly prize given to the most creative post. So don't just color them in, like, be creative, make it fun, because you'll earn a prize. But this is just such an important way of, and this will be sent out to everybody, so everybody will have access to this. So don't worry that you have to write everything down. You will get it. But this is just such a way of, these are the important activities that really need to be done to get the Bahamas trip. These activities will help you just build your business. They'll help you get customers, which is trip volume. They'll help you get BP interest. And these are all the really important A activities. So I love this. And by doing this, you can not only earn your trip and build your business, make some money, but you also get some cool prizes. So that is it. I don't want to keep everybody too long, but thank you guys so much for being on. We're so excited for you. I know everybody can do this. And thank you, Erin. You are really inspiring. And thank you for the tips. So I hope everybody has a great night. Take care.